I feel like Lucifer at the side of your justice. Get down on the Saturday night and on the Sunday night.
This first one's brand new one, so if you'll bear with me, much appreciated. Thank you. If you're a human resource advisor, one of many roaming free, I do not mean this nastily, but keep away from me. I do not mean my words as a slight in this forthcoming brief seminar, unless you know that you personally use them, in which case they most certainly are. Imagine please I am your workforce, who work oh so hard each day through. Now please sit up and pay close attention to this message we give here to you. We've been referred to as a resource. That's a term that we somewhat resent, especially when given by someone who seems to think that it's a compliment. But what you see here is a person, with feelings here beneath their skin. This piece of paper is a resource. Screw up. I'm through. Big. Now, there's nothing negative with the word person. I've checked and it's used the world through. And because it's good enough for everyone else, from now on, it's good enough for you. There's also some other terminology that I will discuss here and now, in the hope in future their own usage you will no longer allow. Sometimes you will hear the word problem being uttered by frustrated staff. You correct them saying, it's an issue, don't be negative, just through. No, a problem's a problem's a problem. And to use that word not negative, we can solve a problem and make things all better. I think that's quite positive. The thing which I find so negative, no, in fact, it's total bullshit, is someone who insists about a problem's an issue, thinking that makes it all right. I find all this mismanagement speak always so hard to forgive, for not only is it demoralising, it is also rather negative. And then there's the HR management style. The epitomise, the unpleasant and plasticky smile perpetually etched upon the wearer's face. I'm not bought by anyone inside your workplace. You must realise it's something we all see through, and the only person you're fooling with your act is you. And finally, there's the phrase, company values. A few people here probably know what I mean. Now, I've got no problem with company values, but it's when they're not adhered to, it gets quite obscene. And you don't even need a big values document. Well, that's only good for keeping in the loop. You only need one, and that's do unto others as you would have them do unto you. For I had a friend, and he had a manager, who ignored the rule, and was not awfully nice. So he went to see the HR advisor, whose stone was superb, so my friend paid the price. In money, in medicine, well-being and wealth, cutbacks to his hours, and to his mental health. And now he's come back stronger, with more than he lost. But the scars still remain there from how he was bossed, and at times I would see him when he was so perplexed, wondering if he would come back, and who would be next. Now, if you're from HR and all this ain't your style, and you use proper English with no plastic smile, thank you for listening to the words of this ant, and sorry to have troubled you with my self-righteous rant. But if you are HR in the firm which you serve, and my piety strikes an uncomfortable nerve, there's no need for panic, self-reproach, or strife. Just do something more useful with the rest of your life. Another poem about things I have discovered having worked in an office, or comedy offices for a number of years, because I have worked in admin through weeks and months and years. I've known the good times, and I've also known the tears. And I once worked in an office where my friends and I were blue because of managers who'd ask us, "What do you lot actually do?" I said, "Well, I open files, close files, make files, take files, bring files, sling files, split files and copy files. I scan files, plan files, merge files, purge files, date files, rate files, style files and file files. I store files, core files and many, many more files, load files, code files, give out all the old files, lend files, send files, mend, tend and end files, mail files, trail files, email and electronic files, create and update and redate and conflate files, employ files, deploy files, and finally destroy files." Is that all, he said? I said, "Well, no. I do this. For your files, my files, their files, spare files, old files, new files, borrowed and the blue files, red files, green files, grey files, black files, yellow files, white files, heavy and the light files, box files, card files, all the battle scarred files, hard files, star files, measured by the yard files, small files, stall files, halfway up the wall files, official files, office files, and all your other Scottish files. But when I wake up, well, I know I'm going to be the man who's making files for you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm going to dream about the files I've left on you. For I would make 500 files, and I would make 500 more to be the man who's made 1,000 files. You've just knocked on the bloody floor! So now, I'll lift files, zip files, reshow and check files, wrap files, stack files, move on other sack files, tidy, untidy files, all the bona fide files, token files, throw out all the broken files, unmix the mixed files, like all your dirty tricks files, and for all your other files, because that is what I do with files. Thank you.
Next speaker of the night needs little introduction if you know him. And I'm not even going to try and bother. Shall I bother? No. Shall I bother? I'm not going to bother. Errol, please.
They didn't use the mic, so I'm not going to use that mic. Ollie, how many poems did you do? 3. Right, if you can do 3, I can do 3. I might even do 4. Okay, lovely to see everyone here. I'd like to... Jamila has lived with me for 2 years, not lived with me, you know what I mean? She lives upstairs, I live downstairs. I mean, 2 years, I've been doing this 18 months. This is the first time she's seen me perform. Big up for Jamila. Helen has seen me perform ever? Yes, at the Cardinal Citizens meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that one?
Jono's party.
Oh yeah, Jono's party, yeah. So anyway, I'd just like to thank the people who come to see me, you know what I mean? Are there any open mics coming on? Yeah, some more. I bet your fucking hearts are beating, right? Yeah? Yeah, I bet you're nervous, fear.
Bring it on.
Right? Yeah, that's it, that's what you got to be. Right? Don't call it fear, call it FEAR, feeling excited and ready. You know what I mean? Why does it have to be bad nerves? Why not good nerves? You know what I mean? Anyway, that's what I tell myself. Okay, I was going to sit down, but there's none of you are going to see me, so sort of stand up. Okay. Yeah, I'm Errol, by the way. Ooh, love to see you, Farouk. Okay, I'm going to start. See, what I decided to do, because every now and then, you know, you write these poems and then you suddenly think, oh, you ever had that? All my poetry is shit. You know what I mean? Every single fucking poem I've written in 18 months is utter shit, you know what I mean? And I see clever fuckers like Ollie, you know what I mean? Doing all that clever shit, and I think, no, all my poems are shit, I'm going to throw them all away and copy other people's poems, you know what I mean? I'm going to memorise other people's poems, but I've got to give them the credit, because you might know the freaking people, who, you know what I mean? You might have heard it before, think, that ain't his poem. So the first one I'm going to do, have you heard of Annie DeFranco?
Yeah!
I'm going to do some of mine, but I'm going to do some of other people's as well, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do 17 poems, and they're all half-hour long, so you're going to get lumped up. So you've got yourself a drink, get comfortable, right? If you need a piss, do it now. You know what I mean? Actually, do your piss in other people's poems when I'm doing other people, not my poems. Anyone leaves while I'm doing my poems, I'm going to be offended. Right? So, Annie DeFranco, yeah, you thought she was just a singer, innit? You know what I mean? She's a poet as well. She was on Def Jam Poetry, and I saw, come on. It was Nia who turned me on to Annie DeFranco, but then Nia's a bit of a turn on, ain't she? Anyway, let's not go into that. Right, let's not go there, we won't go there, yeah? Hide behind the pole. Right. Annie DeFranco. called, what's it called again? Oh yeah, Coming Up. I thought it was a drug reference, that's why I sort of listened to it first. I thought, you know, like when you're coming up, not that I do any of that anymore, you know what I mean? I don't even drink alcohol anymore, I haven't drank, I'll get on with the poetry, yeah? Kick me off when you're build, yeah? Kick me off when you're wolf. You know, you've got to get it started, you know what I mean? Actually, I'm just trying to remember the first line. I can't remember the first fucking line. Our Father, that's it, our Father. Okay, let us pray. Our Father, who art in a penthouse, sits in his 37th floor suite and swivels to gaze at the city he made me in. Hiya. You're just in time. Fuck it, I've just started. You know what I mean? I'm going to start again just for you. Right. Get a seat. Stop disturbing me. Get a seat. Hey, latecomers, did they pay? No, get the pay later, right? You ready? Are you ready? You latecomers, right? Why are you late? Fucking hell. Okay.
You were late.
Who asked you?
Great stand-up.
It's a comedy event, and I'm in the wrong fucking Alright, let's go. Our Father, who art in a penthouse, sits in his 37th floor suite and swivels to gaze down at the city he made me in. He allows me to stand and solicit graffiti till he needs a land I stand on. I, in my darkened threshold, am pouring through my pockets the receipts, the bus schedules, the urgent napkin poems, all of which laundering has rendered pulpy and strange, loose change, and a key. Ask me. Go ahead, ask me if I care. I got the answer here. I wrote it down somewhere, I just got to find it. Somebody and their spray paint got too close. Somebody came on too heavy. Now look at me, made ugly by the drooling letters. I was better off alone. Ain't that the way it is? They don't know the first thing, but you don't know that till they take the first swing, and my fingers are red and swollen from the cold, and I'm getting bold in my old age. So go ahead, try the door. It doesn't matter anymore. I know the weak-hearted are strong-willed, and we're just being kept alive until we're killed. He's up there. The ice is clinking in his glass. He sends me bits of paper. I don't even ask. I just empty my pockets and wait. It's not fate, it's circumstance. And I don't even fool myself with romance. I just live from phone number to phone number, dusting them off against my thighs, in the warmth of my pockets, which whisper history, incessantly asking me, where were you? I lower my eyes, wishing I could cry more and care less. And yes, it's true. I was trying to love someone. I was caught caring, bearing weight, but I love this city, this state, and this country's too large, and whoever's in charge up there better take the elevator down and put more than change in that cup, or else we are coming up. Okay, so one of mine, yeah? Apologies for you lot who have already heard this, but I fucking love this poem, so I do it all the time. You know what I mean? It's good to hear. You know, how many songs do you listen on repeat? And sometimes you hear a poem once, you know what I mean? And then you see him again, you think, oh, you done that last time. Fucking hell, it's only the second time we bloody heard it. Anyway, she comes to me. She doesn't walk, she runs to me. On sunny Sunday morning, she comes to me to snuggle up and just slum with me. She sniggers every time I sniff her neck, she's just my little slumming bee. In dungarees, she comes to me, a whirl of yellow trainers, red socks and limbs like sleek mahogany. She comes to me, she sings songs to me. When she doesn't know the words, she just hums to me, and me, I hum along in harmony. She's just my little humming bee. She comes to me spontaneously, decides to practice, I don't know, some kind of yoga, gymnastic, performing symphonies of angles and curves of some sacred geometry. Then it's breakfast in bed, she says, and we feast on the scrambled eggs and the toasted bread, what she done for me. The eggs and bread was bought from the farmer's market with the last of her money, so she informs me. Then she finds a plastic bottle and she starts to build a bomb for me. I said, whoa, what are you doing? But you see, she doesn't respond to me. She's got autonomy. She takes a deep, slow, bubbling lungful and then passes it on to me. Well, fuck it, I can't knock her up in a nunnery. I said she's got autonomy. And you know what? It's Sunday, so we take that shit out onto the balcony. where we discuss the Freemasons and Illuminati, you know, JC and Beyonce. Conversationally, she's so profound, she speaks so eloquently. It must come from me, and we're just a couple of buzzing bees. This isn't wrong to me, smoking a bung with my boo on the balcony. What's wrong to me is previously what love done to me. I allowed the sting to get stung in me, and in the ensuing cacophony, what was once a national park, I mean, my heart became a slum to see. But then she comes to me, dropped a love bomb on me, undoing the wrongs in me. I'm her biggest fan, yet she comes to me, reminding me that what's right can heal what's wrong with me. That's why she's always banging a gong for me. She comes to me, belongs to me, and nothing she could ever do could ever be wrong to me. And honestly, I don't even question how long she's going to hang on to me. She resisted years of propaganda just to be done with me. Right now, this is where she wants to be, at one with me. And as for me, you'd have to hold a freaking gun to me. She comes to me. Could I compare her to a summer's day? Well, yeah, I could, but I'd have to include the Milky Way. I'd have to include those other unnamed galaxies. Fuck, I'd have to change my vocabulary. I'd have to learn the language of astrology because we're talking light years away. And when she smiles, oh shit, that's it. Now we're beyond galactic. Now we're in the realms of the esoteric. I'd have to learn some ancient African script, maybe some Hebrew or Sanskrit, just to explain it. And I, like a summer's day, couldn't come close to a comparison because we're talking about a passion beyond a mere summer's day. This girl, she's an anomaly. The Big Bang, she's the bomb to me. I've been trying to hold it down, but you know what, she's on to me. She's starting to tease me, make fun of me. She knows I'm sprung on her. In my defence, I make fun of her. A little salsa on the radio, a little jazz merengue. I pull her up to come and dance with me. I spin her around twice and pull her close to me, and then she vomits all over me. I dive in the shower and I leave her to clean up for me. She swears that she's never, ever, ever going to smoke again. Well, she's got autonomy and, quite frankly, experience is a better teacher than I could ever be. I make her a cup of blueberry tea. She starts to sip it and settle comfortably. But too soon she's got to go. She's meeting her mum at 3. She warns me not to mention her smoking. I say, do I look crazy? She says, actually, Dad, sometimes, just a little bit maybe. She says she's broke now, can she get some from me? I said, how much you need? She says, a one out, I give her 50 quid. She's gone from me. Thank you. You know like one of them awkward moments when you finish your poem and people ain't sure you're finished, and I'm thinking, I need to change the ending to make that fucking clear that I finished the poem. Finish, you're there. Anyway, right, move on. What was I? What was I on? Number 2 or 3? Alright, so only 35 more to go. Okay, so I'll do someone else's now, right? I'm probably going to need a little prompt on it. But you know, I know I'm going to fuck this up as I'm doing it, okay? So just be prepared for that. So, yeah, but if you know you're going to, you know what I mean? You know, bloody memory ain't that brilliant, you know what I mean? Pushing 50, you know what I mean? I'm getting there. I'm not like those like 9-year-olds who learn the whole Quran, don't they? They learn fucking massive bits of the Quran. They're 9. You know what I mean? In a language which ain't even theirs, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm always impressed by them. Okay, so my favourite poet, you know what I mean? My favourite poet on the planet is Dr. Seuss. Any Dr. Seuss fans here? You know, all those other poets are shit. Dr. Seuss, they're crap. Shakespeare, Wordsworth, fuck up, you know what I mean? Give me Dr. Seuss, you know? One day, making tracks in the prairie of cracks, came a north-going Zax and a south-going Zax. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. Look here now, the north-going Zax said, I say, you're blocking my path, you're right in my way. I'm a north-going Zax and I always go north, so move out of my way and let me go forth. Who's in whose way, said the south-going Zax. I always go south making south-going tracks. So you're in my way and I ask you to move and let me go south in my south-going groove. The north-going Zax puffed his chest up with pride. I never, he said, take a step to the side. I won't change... See, I know I fucked up. No, I haven't fucked up, I'm just pretending. I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here for 59 days. And I'll prove to you, yelled the south-going Zax, that I will stand here in the prairie of cracks for 59 years before I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge, that's my rule. Never budge in the least. Not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stand here unbudged in my tracks until I have to make you, me and the whole world stand still. But the world didn't stand still, the world grew. And in 2 years' time, a new highway came through. And they built it right over those two stubborn sacks and left them there standing, unbudged in their tracks. Thank you. So the Stephen Lawrence situation, yeah. So you know, like in the Stephen Lawrence, you know, like the two guys, two of them just been banged up this year. You know what I mean, for the death of Stephen Lawrence, not for the death of Stephen Lawrence, but talking about the murder of Stephen Lawrence. So 5 of them done it, and 2 of them been caught. And you know what evidence they had? Some of you have already heard me say this, yeah. It was just 1 drop of blood. That's the only real evidence they had, which they couldn't even get DNA of 18 years ago. But then, you know what I mean, science caught up, they managed to get DNA of it, and they got locked up. So, Caroline Duffy, or Caroline Duffy, whatever her name is, she done a poem about it. A bit crap, really. She's a poet lawyer, you know what I mean? Who am I to fucking judge? I say, but anyway. But she mentioned about 1 drop in there, and I thought, oh, let me take that. So, you know the song, it reminded me of the song, you know the song, the Bob Marley song. Oh shit, I'm going to have to sing this problem to you because you don't know. Why yo, feel it in the 1 drop. We're filled in a rhythm when Bob Marley did rock steady. I'm known. I'm the beat that the drummer did drop in steady liquors with a rim shot, and then we all feel it in the 1 drop. When rum was dropped into those coloured slots, divided up into racial constructs. Tell me, where are people from? Because you all look mixed up. I bet if you check your pedigree, you're going to find that 1 drop. When it was 1 drop that decided whether you've got a share of the pot, or whether you had to leg it from the lynch mob. Yo, you lot, keep up, I'm trying to tell you, even if they found 1 drop, you were fucked. Yet, it took 1 drop of pluck that runneth over the cup, that end wells of the pluck. She said, you know what? Fuck, I ain't going to give my seat up. And while I'm at it, I'll explain my personal position. For now, I'll tick out box, I'll even sign a petition. But if we cannot touch at the table and suck from the cup, then we'll burn shit down and we'll mash shit up. Because I am the 1 drop, I cannot be stopped. I've existed over epoch, I come in many constructs. I am not just that 1 drop in the ocean. Open your eyes up and you'll find the ocean in that 1 drop. So stick that in your homeopathic concoct. And nowadays I've been immortalised. I've been like popularised by media, medicine, CSI. You want to know why? It takes a little while to unlock my mystery, but every time I'm spotted, I make history. So you know what, when they lunged up at the bus stop, you know that modern day lynch mob, they were probably, you know, self-medicated, you know, all shored up. They were definitely premeditated because they were tuned up, and you know the upshot. Run, Stephen, come on, keep up. If they catch us, we're fit as fuck. My boy ran 200 yards until he stopped, until he dropped, bleeding profusely from 2 fatal cuts, which dumbass cops never even tried to stop and apply a little first aid balm. And the photo shot of the mother face palm, and her dad with his hands over his head top. Yo, Pops, how you going to clean this one up? Not with 1,000 mops. You what? Investigation? Bruv, it was a cock-up that a fucking cop had been paid to obstruct. I mean, the examination didn't reveal 1 drop. 1 drop ain't so easy to spot, but you know what? The fucks they just gave up. Locked shit up in a property box to moulder and rot, leaving little fascist fucks free as Scott, bowling round the manor like there was a top notch. Just watch. In her grief and despair, she called on me, the 1 drop, and we made a pact then and there never to give up. As long as her veins held 1 drop, she was going to keep bringing it up, and Stephen was not going to get forgot. So with me, the 1 drop, she filled up her pots, and when they run her over, she got out her mop and she forced those fascist cops to clean their shit up. And you know what? Things got rearranged. I mean, laws actually changed. That racist institution was named and blamed. And when science finally caught up with me, the 1 drop, well, that's when it all came on top. I was the 1 drop that made their lives stop, and now at least 2 of those little fascist fucks are banked up. And, you know, nowadays, prison is kind of cushy. But all I know is that the sun is out, the sap is rising, and those fucks ain't gonna get no pussy. Because pets are not allowed in prison, and there may come a time when we can forgive them but you know what, that time ain't right now, so you know what, fuck 'em. And I think whenever Stephen is brought up, and I think about what it has taught us, it's the same old cliche, said in so many better ways, you never give up, but when your arse is down on the wire, we'll call on that bomb drop, and you know what, you'll find a reservoir. Thank you.
Thank you everyone, as always, fantastic, thank you. We're gonna keep on going now with our open mics. Are you guys feeling some open micers? Yeah? Let's go with Cassandra. Yay! Can we get a round of applause? Can we get some love in the room? Don't forget, for our open micers, it's just one piece if possible, please.
Yeah, that's okay.
Fantastic, thank you. Let's get some more applause. Let's get the anticipation going. That's cool.
Just take a picture of you. Sorry. Can you see? Yeah. Just take it as usual.
Let's go third time lucky. I'll put hands on madness. This is nice to come on to applause.
Thank you very much. Hey guys, it's gonna be like Errol, so you might have heard it before. My name's Cassandra. I run a jewelry brand called Grapesuit, hence the jewelry, and I tend to mix jewelry and poetry together. If you want to know about it, see me later. Follow me on Twitter, Grapesuit London. Okay, this poem is called War Paint, inspired by one of my collections of jewelry. Heart flaming crimson, part of my disguise. I wear it loud like a crying out siren, giving you warning to let you know that I'm on it, to let you know that I'm ready. My lips is also a weapon, a silent, deadly killer. It only takes one touch to execute you. I wait for you to make the first move. I'm so impatient, it's so frustrating, just like not having sex in 4 to 5 months. I'm waiting for your attack, but you're on the defense, not showing any weaknesses, not giving me a good fight, which I deserve. Better remind myself that nothing is fair in love and war. I know it's not fair, but what about humanity, my urges, my needs? I am replying this redness to let you know that I am serious in getting your attention and making sure that I'm your only target tonight. I'm contemplating if I should go for the kill, remove your liberties and human rights. I just don't know. Time is running out. But night is rushing through our fingers, which are widely spread. Decisions have been made by both sides to be courageous and to be bold. One of us has to be submissive. One of us has to lie on our back. How long can I wait for you to occupy me? I don't think I got enough strength, resources to keep this unjust war going on any longer. What will be the casualties if we engage in full-on combat? Impressed, very impressed by the intelligence agency. They did a very, very good job. They found my weakness. They found my sympathetic, sensitive heart. Being perceptive of other people's feelings and being emotional is not a desired attribute in warfare, especially if you want to keep your life. Being heartless, remorseless, unforgiving, cunning is great, but I'm not either of these. The fire of my burning scarlet lips has been blown out when you gaze passionately and you beckon me to come closer to your base. I pick up the courage to confess and negotiate